Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Don't Wait Till Monday podcast. I'm your host, Kirsten Quigley, and welcome back. Hi, Mom. It has definitely been some time now, but I'm glad we're here sitting, chatting together. I got my chair. I think I've talked about this chair before. Finally put the bolts on. Only three, not the fourth one because I couldn't get it. So as we can see, there's a little squeak. I got my new microphones. So very excited for what the future is going to bring and going to hold and everything I'm going to be bringing to this podcast. So like I obviously had stated, it's been a minute. So let's chat a bit. First, I do want to say these new microphones, I hope they're sounding good. I will admit they were a impulse Amazon purchase, which is not very new environmentalist of me. So I do apologize. I apologize to the environmentalists up above. I'm so sorry. But I did want to hold myself accountable. And, I do have that guilt for purchasing these from Amazon. But anyways, I digress. So let's see. I think my last episode I posted was like January, and a lot has changed since then. So first, I finally got a job. That's my hands clapping and applauding because I finally did get a job. In these past 6 months, though, there have been still many rejections and many, ups and downs and disappointments. But in these past 6 months, 5 months, I guess we can say, I've also have actually gotten some good feedback and was really able to navigate how to take these next steps of my life down the correct path that, I want. My dream job, I don't really dream of working, but would be to get paid to travel, right? So when you think of a job and an occupation that fulfills that dream, a trip leader is very much up my alley. Everyone's always like, what about travel agents, things like that? But I don't want to sell all inclusives. I don't want to sell cruises. I don't want to sell kind of packages like that. So that's not really my thing. I'm also not a saleswoman. So that being said, a trip leader, though, is very up my alley. Like, let's go. Let's get everybody up. Let's get going. We got plans today, things to do, things to see, people to meet, locals to talk to, a culture to respect and learn. Okay. That's what I want to do. So, anyways, I've learned over years, over the months, that I wasn't getting there because I didn't have the background and the experience. So I finally came across this TikToker who posted a website with a bunch of outdoor occupation jobs that very much lined up with what I wanted to do. So with that being said, I obviously went on the website and I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. Like, I was so happy I found it. But this was in March, April, very recent. So as I started applying for things, travel season's right around the corner. And most of them got back to me, but all of the positions were already taken and already filled because, like I said, travel season's right around the corner. These positions have already been filled. There were two that I could have made it to the next round of, but I actually went back and I never resubmitted, or yeah, I never fully submitted the second part of it just because of things going on, which we will get into. But anyways, I guess now I can, the things we're gonna lead into, I can talk about that now. So we're moving. Adam and I are moving, as you know. Well, as you know, we are currently in North Carolina. And we are actually moving to Chicago in July, which I am very, very, very excited for. Adam has family there, and I'm so excited to be with them and just be in the city. I love Chicago. Every time I've been there, I am obsessed with it. And Adam and I have talked about it a lot. That it was kind of our original plan was to move to Chicago after college, and so that's happening now. And I'm just so excited for just not even a fresh new start, but just I don't want Raleigh in North Carolina and to be this place that I hate because I was unsuccessful, because I was very successful here as a D1 athlete and as a student at NC State. So I did my time here and it was fun and it was great, but it's time to go. Time to get into my city girl era. Okay. So we're going to be moving in July, and I got a job there. So let's tie it all in now. Tie it all back together. And so the job that I got is in adventure guide. And so I don't know if you're familiar with like tree courses and like zip lining, rope course adventure type of places, but it's one of those. And so I will be one of the guides there who, guides you through the ropes course and cheers you on, and it's all right, you got it. Because sometimes those balancing things can be screwy. Like, I did one of them up in New Jersey when I was home, like years ago. I think I was actually still in high school. I don't really remember. But, anyways, it was like kind of scary. Like, when you have to start like balancing on the little things and you got to go across, but you're harnessed. But, anyways, my job is going to be cheer you on and get you through that and be your number one supporter and guide on the adventure. So I am very excited for that. It's not full time, it's part time, but it's very much what I need for my resume because a lot of these jobs, they want experience in the outdoor industry and in adventure, things like that, like just outdoor things. So this is a very great, amazing stepping stone for me, and I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell through the microphone or if you're watching this. I like the better headspace I'm in, but I am doing very, very, very much better than I was when I started the podcast. And, those first episodes, all of season 1 is basically me being like, life is hard and it sucks and I'm getting through it, but I'm not. And so, like, now kind of, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel that everyone's telling me, like, it's going to come, like, your time's going to come. Like, it's so cliche, but they were all right, like, I didn't get those jobs and like it sucks, but your time is gonna come and it's coming and it's not fully here yet, but it's coming. So I just have a lot of fun things planned and I'm very excited to, get into it and things like that. So that's been my update and how everything's going and how, how excited I am and just it is really crazy though, how like the decisions you make, like it's I don't want to say crazy, but it's just like so amazing how you can see people or see yourself. And like, that's why I'm so glad I'm even like doing these podcasts and making videos and stuff, is because I just love to look back on it and see growth, right? Like, that's what I want from that's what you want to do in life is grow. And even just within these months, like, I'm just so happy to already be seeing growth like from myself and my motivation. And I was actually just out with some friends last night and I was telling them like, the lack of respect I kind of had for myself was really questioning. And I kind of touched on this in a different episode when I was talking about like how I took care of myself when I was an athlete versus when I wasn't. But like last year, I had all of these plans and I wanted to do all of these things, but I was just lazy as hell. Like, I wasn't getting up and I wasn't like, I had a serving job that I could have absolutely kept doing, and I just wasn't doing it. Like, I wasn't putting my name on the schedule and I wasn't working. Like, of course I was depressed and sad because that's like as if it's not the actions of your own if it's not the consequences of your own actions. And like, yes, I was being lazy, but also like I said, I was not respecting myself, and that's something I've really kind of like I don't want to say came to terms with recently, but just the idea of like respecting yourself and respecting your house. Like, having respect for yourself is huge, and having respect for your space is huge. And it's like, if you struggle with, well, let me say on top of what I was saying, and then I'll sort of I'll pull into those other branches. But like, I had such a lack of respect for myself because I had all these high hopes, and I have really high standards for myself, and I don't really like feel like I don't know, maybe I don't like demonstrate that or express that, but I definitely do. Like, I have so many visuals for myself and so many visions and goals and things I can be and things I know I can achieve and do, but I let myself just like not do it. And so going back to when I had all the opportunity in the world to work at and keep doing my serving job. Like, the it's just hold on. I need to get my thoughts together. I had, like I said, I had all the opportunity in the world to continue my serving job and, make a good living wage for myself And instead, I was just hoping and holding on to these different job opportunities I thought I was getting. And I was just setting myself back. Like, I've set myself back, I feel like, so much more than I would have, than so much more than I should be, because because I was just not being there for myself. Like, I wanted to join Pilates and I want to do this and I want to do that, but I wasn't doing anything for myself to be able to achieve those things. Does that make sense? So, like, recently, I'm actually planning another abroad trip right now, and I literally was like, okay, great, this is how much it costs. Perfect, that's how much I'm gonna go make. And like that's kind of how I always been with like money. Like, it's like, oh, okay, this is how much or these are like my monthly bills, so I have to make that. And then if I want to do more things, obviously, like, I'll pick up more shifts and I'll do more and this and that. And like that's how it's been recently. And I don't know why, like, this new trip that I'm planning and saving money for and budgeting for and stuff has like clicked with me to like, you could have been doing this whole time, but instead you wanted a pity party and you wanted like to, get this great big job, but it wasn't working out for you. And in the time, instead of just putting your ego aside and, you know, working at the job that, yes, you did have all your college career, but if that's all you have right now, then like take it. And it's so funny that I'm saying this because Adam's literally told me this so many times, and I know when he's gonna listen to this podcast, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, are you freaking kidding me?" Like, I just already know it's gonna happen, but like it needs to. And I'm actually really glad I'm getting this off my chest right now because I'm so mad at myself and I'm so angry, but I really was just so like lazy and not being there for myself and not respecting myself. So please don't be like me and be there for yourself. If you want to do things, get up and do them, but do them, like, have a plan and do it, because now looking back, I just want to smack myself in the face. Just want to smack myself in the face. But anyways, so having a, respect for yourself and having a respect for your space was the other thing I said. And this came to me when I think I was like, again, probably watching a TikTok, and I saw someone like talking about it. But like, it's so true. Like, if you don't, keep your space, like if you're a hoarder or you just have a lot of things, like, that'll, I mean, me, at least I know, it'll like kind of not mess up my mind, but just the unorganization of it, like, it can really be tearing away at like, your mind and stuff, because you see messy things and you're like, oh my gosh, like having a clean, just like relaxing space is so important. And I don't know that a lot of people, and I don't know actually what people think of that, because I don't freaking know. But like, I feel like I know a good amount of people who like struggle with like organization or like keeping things clean, kind of. But it's just like, yes, you want to be clean because you want to be clean, but also just the respect for your space and yourself. Like, you don't want to come home to a dirty mess, So like, if you are struggling with cleanliness or organization, think of it as like respecting your space and respecting yourself. Because I think that mind switch, like, for me, that's what was like, I don't know, it just made so much sense. Like, if you have a space and you're, fortunate enough to have somewhere to live and somewhere with a roof over your head, like, take care of that space, because it obviously protects and takes care of you, right? So think of it that way. Like, don't think of it as, oh my gosh, I have to do my laundry. Oh my gosh, I have to clean my dishes. Like, think of it as, okay, I'm so grateful to have this place. I'm going to treat it like I'm grateful for it and have respect for it. Things like that. Um, and then going back to like the respect for yourself too, if you find yourself struggling with like working out and things like that, that's also another thing, is like, be grateful for your body and if you're allowed to move, because there's people out there who are paralyzed and there's people who are out there who have to get assistance just to use the bathroom. So like, be grateful for the body that you have and the things that you can do. And when you can get up and go for a run or go for a walk, like, take care of your body and do those things. Sorry, I feel like I was kind of just blabbing for a second. I want to like collect my thoughts again. But yeah, that's kind of what I like over these past months. It's just been like, a lot of realizations, a lot of coming to terms with things, a lot of switching, obviously, because Adam and I weren't fully planning on moving to Chicago this soon, and it's happened. So a lot of things, like, obviously have to switch around, but I think change is good, and I think it's a breath of fresh air for me. Like, I don't have an issue moving around or like leaving one place to go to another. If I could do that for a living, I literally would. If Peanut could get on flights more, we would be flying all over the place all the time. But I am very excited for what's to come. But again, just to wrap everything up, if you are feeling down or, you're going through a time, it's okay, because you will find the light again one day. Just so cliche, but people have said it to me, and now that I am on the other side, it is true. There will be brighter days, there will be lighter days, and you just, wake up and be the best version of yourself that you can be. And again, if you're struggling with that, try to maybe flip the switch and think of it as like, I need to have some respect for myself and respect for the goals and respect for the little girl that you used to be or the little boy that you used to be and all of the dreams they had and the future that they wanted and now the future that you want. So take that what you will and clean your room. Just have respect for your space too. Okay? If I keep going on, I'm probably just going to repeat everything I just said in just 10 different ways. So I'm going to end it here. But thank you again for listening to another episode of Don't Wait Till Monday podcast. Welcome to season 2. I'm very excited for what this season's going to bring. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out.